pulls a chair out from under the small table near the kitchen counter, turns it, and sits on it backward. His black boots are caked with light brown mud, and the laces are knotted and fraying at the ends. He might be the oldest Dauntless I've ever seen, but he may as well be made of steel.
To be honest, one of my fellow leaders of Dauntless is getting a little old for the job, Max says.
I sit on the edge of the bed.
The remaining 4 of us think it would be a good idea to get some new blood in leadership. New ideas for new Dauntless members and initiation, specifically. That task is usually given to the youngest leader anyway, so it's a good fit. We were thinking of drawing from the more recent initiate classes for a training program to see if anyone is a good candidate. You're a natural choice.
I feel like my skin is too tight for me suddenly. Is he really suggesting that at the age of 16 I could qualify as a Dauntless leader?
The training program will last at least a year, Max says. It will be rigorous, and it will test your skills in a lot of areas. We both know you'll do just fine in the fear landscape portion.
I nod without thinking. He must not mind my self-assuredness because he smiles a little.
You won't need to go to the job selection meeting later today, Max says. Training will start very soon. Tomorrow morning, in fact.
Wait, I say, a thought breaking through the muddle in my mind. I don't have a choice?
Of course you have a choice.
He looks puzzled.
I just assumed someone like you would rather train to be a leader than spend all day standing around a fence with a gun on his shoulder, or lecturing initiates about good fighting technique. But if I was wrong...
I don't know why I'm hesitating. I don't want to spend my days guarding the fence or patrolling the city or even pacing the training room floor. I may have an aptitude for fighting, but that doesn't mean I want to do it all day, every day. The chance to make a difference in Dauntless appeals to the abnegation parts of me, the parts that are lingering around, occasionally demanding attention. I think I just don't like when I'm not given a choice. I shake my head. No, you weren't wrong. I clear my throat and try to sound stronger, more determined. I want to do it. Thank you.
Excellent.
Max gets up and cracks one of his knuckles, idly like it's an old habit. He holds out his hand for me to shake, and I take it. Though the gesture is still unfamiliar to me, the abnegation would never touch each other so casually.
Come to the conference room near my office tomorrow morning at 8. It's in the Pyre, 10th floor.
He leaves, scattering bits of dried earth from the bottom of his shoes as he walks out. I sweep them up with the broom that leans against the wall near the door. It's not until I'm scooting the chair back under the table that I realize, if I become a Dauntless leader, a representative of my faction, I'll have to come face to face with my father again. And not just once, but constantly, until he finally retires into abnegation obscurity. My fingers start to go numb. I've faced my fears so many times in simulations, but that doesn't mean I'm ready to face them in reality.
Dude, you missed it.
Zeke is wide-eyed, concerned.
The only jobs left by the end were the gross jobs, like scrubbing toilets. Where were you?
It's fine, I say as I carry my tray back to our table near the doors. Shauna is there with her little sister, Lynn, and Lynn's friend, Marlene. When I first saw them there, I wanted to turn around and leave immediately. Marlene is too cheerful for me even on a good day. But Zeke had already seen me, so it was too late. Behind us, Uriah jogs to catch up, his plate loaded with more food than he can possibly pack into his stomach. I didn't miss anything. Max came to see me earlier. As we take our seats at the table under one of the bright blue lamps that hang from the wall, I tell him about Max's offer. Careful not to make it sound too impressive. I only just found friends. I don't want to create jealous tensions between us for no reason. When I finish, Shauna leans her face into one of her hands and says to Zeke,
I guess we should have tried harder during initiation, huh? Or killed him before he could take his final test.